Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and for today we're going to have translating English phrases to mathematical phrases and vice versa. So in this topic, you need to be familiar with the words or the keywords used in the operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So we will just have a discussion as we go along with the examples, okay? So let's get started. So for now, we'll have the translation of words into symbols. In this activity, let me remind you that there will always be one answer. Okay? There will always be one answer in the translation. Unless you're going to apply the what we call commutative property of addition and multiplication. Take note. Ang commutative property ay pwede lang sa addition and multiplication. Ibig sabihin, you can change the position of the addends and the factors without affecting the result. Okay? So, let's start with the first one. The first one is 10 added to twice a number x. Okay? 10 added to twice a number x. Very important na alam natin kung ano yung keyword. So, we have added to or added and then twice. So we know that added is used in addition and twice is used in multiplication. Okay? So what are we going to do here? Okay, so since the keywords are added and twice, so that means we are going to do multiplication and addition. So when we translate this, it will be translated on how it's given. So you start from 10. So 10 added to, twice means 2 times. So 2 times the number x. And since it's addition, take note, I said from the very start that there's this what we call commutative property of addition. So pwede ring pagbaliktarin. Pwede ring sulat mo yung 2x plus 10. So, either of the two forms will do. Okay? So, let's move on to the next given. The next given is a number n increased by 5. A number n, decreased. So, the keyword is decreased. So, we know that decreased is used in subtraction. Now, when we translate it, it's going to be n minus 5. So, if you're asking, pwede ba yung magpalit? Pwede bang 5 minus n? The answer is no. Bakit? Kasi, pag sa subtraction, bawal ang magpalit ng pwesto dahil maiiba na ang sagot. Walang commutative property of subtraction. Take note of that. Okay? So, we only have one answer and that is n minus 5. Let's move on to the next given. The next given is thrice a number y less 6. So, in that given, kita niyo yung keyword natin ay thrice and then less. So, thrice again is a keyword in multiplication and then less is in subtraction. So, when we translate that, it will be equal to 3 times the number y less 6. Okay. And no other answer for that. Okay. Let's move on to the fourth given. The fourth given is 8 less than twice a number m. So, ano yung keywords natin dyan? Ang keywords natin dyan ay less than at twice. So, twice is in multiplication, less than in subtraction. Pero, please take note of this. Less than is the only keyword in subtraction that requires change of position. So, pagpapalitin mo, pagbabaliktarin mo. If 8 comes first here in the given, sa translation mo, sa dulo siya. So, minus 8. And then here, twice a number m, mauuna yan, 2m. So, you have the translation, 2m minus 8 for number 4. And let's have the fifth one. Okay. So, the fifth one is the product of the square of x and the cube of y. So, we have here the keywords. Kunin ulit natin ng keywords. Product, square, then cube. So, alam natin na puro multiplication yan, no? So, square ng alin? Ng x. At cube ng alin? Ng y. And that's it. There's no need to put a sign here. between x squared and y cubed. Understood na? Multiplication siya. So, yan yung sa first part. Words into symbols. There will always be one answer in this type of exercise. Now, what about if pinagpalit natin symbols to words? So, in that case, pag symbols naman to words, okay, marami nang pwedeng maging sagot. Kasi nga, 'di ba, in words, maraming ways na para express mo yung common or same idea. That's why we will have more than one answer. But the idea will be the same. The ideas of the given or of the expressions, verbal phrases, will all be the same. Okay? So, let's start. So, you're given 5 plus 1/3 x as how we read this. Okay? Ang pinakamadaling paraan ng pag-translate ay kung paano mo siya basahin. Okay? So, we read it as 5 plus 1/3 x. So, paano natin siya itatranslate? I'll use other color. Let's say yellow. Okay. So, you just read it as 5 plus 1/3 x means 1/3 of a number. 1/3 of a number x. So, that's one possible translation. Pwede rin dahil addition yan, you can also have, you can focus on the operation addition. You could just simply say, the sum of 1/3 of a number x and 5. Pwede rin yan. So, marami pa kayong pwedeng ibigay dyan. 5 increased by 1/3 of a number x. Okay? So, maraming pwedeng maging sagot. Let's move on to the next one. The next given is 7x minus 5. So, how do we translate this in words? You can just simply have 7 times a number x less 5. Eh, paano kung gusto kong gamitin yung salitang o yung keyword na less than? Paano kung gagamitin yun? Yung less than na yun. You could have, pag less than, switch. You'll start from 5. 5 less than 7 times a number x. So, you can have it like that. 5 less than 7 times a number x. And you can also have a not so familiar term, diminish. The word diminish by is a keyword in subtraction. You can simply have 7 times a number diminished by 5. So, pwede rin yun. Okay? Let's move on to the third given. The third given is 5 times the quantity of x minus 3. So, kung ang given expression ay ganito, pagdating dito, medyo limited na yung possible answers natin. Kasi, hindi siya katulad ng 1 and 2 na maraming pwedeng maging forms ng pag-express ng idea. Dito, limited na. So, it will just stick to the idea na you just have to multiply 5 by the difference. So, 5 times the difference. So, we write difference between a number x and 3. Okay, you can have it like that. 5 times the difference between a number x and 3. 5 times a number x less 3. Pero medyo ito pinakamalapit at pinakatamang translation in words. 5 times the difference between a number x and 3. Or pwede ring the difference between a number x and 3 times 5. Pwede ganon. Kasi multiplication naman yan. Pwede magkapalit. Diba? Ng pwesto ang factors. And the last but not the least is m squared minus n squared. So, how do we translate this in words? Okay? So, m squared minus n squared. I use the term squared. So, I could just simply say, mag-focus tayo sa operation, subtraction. So, we say, the difference, I'm sorry. We have it here. The difference between the squares of the numbers m and n. So, pwede yan. The difference between the squares of the numbers m and n. So, ulitan lang natin siya para magkasya siya dito. Ayan, for this. Or pwede ring the square of m. Okay, another possible answer would be Okay, I'll be replacing this by a color. Let's say it's red. And then we'll have the square of the number m less the square of another number n. Pwede rin ganyan. Pwede rin decreased by. Okay? So, I hope that you learned from this topic about translation. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next video lesson. Goodbye!